in a galaxy far, far away where destinies are shaped by choices, one decision could have altered the course of the galaxy. Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, found himself caught between duty and desire, loyalty and love. But what if Anakin had made a different choice? What if, instead of keeping his marriage to Padme Amidala a secret, he had confessed to his closest friend and mentor, Obi-Wan Kenobi? To understand the gravity of this hypothetical scenario, we must first delve into the deep bond between Anakin and Obi-Wan. They weren't just master and Padawan, they were brothers, comrades, and, in many ways, reflections of each other. Obi-Wan was the embodiment of the Jedi Code, disciplined, selfless, and committed to the Order. Anakin, on the other hand, was impulsive, passionate, and burdened with a destiny he struggled to understand. Anakin's love for Padme was his most closely guarded secret, a relationship that defied the Jedi Code and placed him in a constant state of fear and anxiety. He feared losing Padme as he had lost his mother, and this fear was the beginning of his descent. But what if, instead of allowing this fear to consume him, Anakin had turned to Obi-Wan, seeking his guidance? What would have happened if Anakin had said the words, "Obi-Wan, I'm married to Padme"? If Anakin had confided in Obi-Wan, the Jedi Order's response would have been crucial. On one hand, Obi-Wan's understanding nature could have led to a more compassionate approach from the Council. Anakin's confession might have sparked a much-needed debate about the Jedi's stance on attachment. After all, love and compassion are core tenets of the Jedi philosophy. Could the Order have reevaluated its rules, allowing for a more balanced approach to emotions? Imagine a scenario where the Jedi Council, instead of reprimanding Anakin, chose to support him. Obi-Wan, who had his own share of experiences with attachment during his relationship with Duchess Satine, could have become a true confidant. Together, they might have found a way to reconcile Anakin's love for Padme with his duties as a Jedi. This support could have alleviated much of Anakin's internal conflict, reducing Palpatine's influence over him. However, this scenario isn't without its risks. While Obi-Wan's understanding might have eased Anakin's burden, it could also have exposed a deeper conflict within the Jedi Order itself. Anakin's marriage would have been a direct violation of the Jedi Code, and not all members of the Council would have been as understanding as Obi-Wan. Jedi like Mace Windu, who valued strict adherence to the Code, might have viewed Anakin's actions as a dangerous precedent. This revelation could have led to a rift within the Jedi Order, dividing the Council between those who believed in upholding the Code at all costs and those who saw value in adapting to the realities of the galaxy. Such a division could have weakened the Jedi Order at a time when unity was crucial, making it even more vulnerable to Palpatine's schemes. And then there's the dark side of this confession. Palpatine, ever the master manipulator, could have used Anakin's honesty against him. If the Council had reacted harshly, it might have driven Anakin further into Palpatine's grasp. Feeling betrayed by the Jedi, Anakin might have become even more convinced that the Order was his enemy. Palpatine could have twisted the situation to reinforce his narrative that the Jedi were narrow-minded and incapable of understanding true power or love. In this alternate scenario, Palpatine might have orchestrated events to force Anakin into a position where he had to choose between the Jedi and Padme, a choice he would inevitably make out of fear and desperation. This could have accelerated Anakin's fall, leading to his transformation into Darth Vader even sooner, with even more devastating consequences for the galaxy. But what if the confession had prevented the ultimate tragedy? Imagine an alternate reality where Anakin's trust in Obi-Wan led to a different path. Without the burden of secrecy, Anakin might have found the strength to resist Palpatine's temptations. Obi-Wan's support could have helped him see through the lies, realizing that Padme's life wasn't in danger from childbirth, but rather from his own actions. In this version of events, the final confrontation on Mustafar might not have been a battle between brothers, but rather a united front against Palpatine. Anakin and Obi-Wan, fighting side by side, could have overthrown the Sith before the galaxy fell into darkness. The Jedi Order, with Padme's influence, might have evolved, becoming more attuned to the complexities of love and emotion rather than suppressing them. But let's not overlook the possibility that even with Obi-Wan's support, Anakin's fate might not have changed. The dark side's allure is powerful, and Anakin's fear of loss was deeply ingrained. His visions of Padmé's death, coupled with his desire for power, might have still led him down the path to darkness. The confession could have altered the timeline, but the ultimate outcome might have remained the same: Anakin's fall, the rise of the Empire, and the shattering of the Jedi Order. In this case, the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker is not just a tale of secrets and lies, but a deeper reflection on the dangers of fear, obsession, and the misuse of power. The Jedi Order's strict rules and the galaxy's turmoil created an environment where Anakin's downfall was almost inevitable. His confession to Obi-Wan might have delayed the inevitable, but the dark side's grip on him was strong. The story of Anakin Skywalker is one of the most tragic in Star Wars history, but it's also a story rich with possibilities and what-ifs. By exploring these alternate paths, we gain a deeper understanding of the characters and the choices that shaped the galaxy. What if Anakin had trusted Obi-Wan? Would it have saved him, or would it have only delayed the inevitable? At its core, Star Wars is a saga about choice, about how the decisions we make, no matter how small, can have galaxy-altering consequences. As we ponder what might have been, we are reminded of the power of honesty, trust, and the perils of secrecy. But most importantly, we are reminded that even in the face of darkness, there is always hope. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Star Wars universe, be sure to like, share, and comment with your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing what-if scenarios and Star Wars discussions. Could Anakin's story have ended differently? And remember, if you ever find yourself in a tough spot, just do what Yoda would do: lift an X-wing and call it a day.